Hi there, in today's video I am so excited to share with all of you my favorite summer housekeeping habits to keep your home feeling clean and organized. I love this season so much because of all the fresh daylight and the energy. I find that when the light comes pouring in, I'm able to see certain areas of my home that need a little bit more TLC that I can potentially see in the colder, darker months. So for today's video, we have a lot to get done. We're upstairs. I'm going to start by doing some laundry, doing some organizing up here, head downstairs and wash some kitchen rugs, wipe down the cabinets, and just get things in a really beautiful place. This upcoming week and weekend is the 4th of July holiday, so I feel like there's no better time, whether you're hosting the holidays or having friends and family over during the beautiful summer season, there's no better time to get things cleaned and organized. After I dropped the kids off at camp this morning, I ran over to Whole Foods because I actually needed to get more lemons and ginger for lemon ginger tonic. I was running like terribly low and I had 4 lemons left and they were squishy and soft, and I like the lemons to be bright and fresh and robust when I make the tonic. And when I was there, I remembered, because I had been shopping with my mom like 2 weeks ago, that Mary Ruth's was running a sale all of June and into early July. Hopefully when you're watching this video, it's still live. Fingers crossed. I think it might be, but it essentially was a $14 savings for each bottle. So I got 2 mornings and 2 nighttime of the liquid multi-mineral and the liquid multivitamin. And then because I'm asked so frequently about kids sleep gummies and magnesium for sleep. And if you haven't seen the video I posted last month, I will link that for you up here in the cards, where I share my DIY magnesium sleep gummies. And you can also make them magnesium and lemon balm. So you could brew some lemon balm tea or Tulsi tea, mix that with your cherry juice, and then make your own DIY gummies. It is so much easier than you would assume. You're probably seeing some B-roll here on the screen, and again, I will have that video linked for you. It is such a cinch. It might take a second to get used to working with gelatin, but please stick with it and keep giving it a try, because you can make so many different flavors. You don't have to use cherry juice. You could use orange juice. You could use lemon or lime, fresh squeezed juice, pineapple juice. The options are endless. I'm asked so frequently about magnesium and gummies for kids. And I always say my issue with gummies is, one, the added sugar, and two, in order to get the amount of nutrients that the supplement would provide you from a gummy versus a pill. Obviously, kids aren't swallowing pills, but from a gummy versus a pill, you just need to take exponentially more, which is why I always say to all of you here in this community, for us, we should be taking the supplements in liquid form or in a pill versus a gummy for us, because we do have the capacity to swallow pills, unless that is something that you struggle with. So what I will say with kids gummies, if you haven't had a chance to try that DIY gummy recipe, then I did pick up 2 other alternatives, especially when it comes to back to school or travel. There are a few different seasons when I notice I'm asked more frequently about sleep time gummies or stress. And so, like I said, the DIY gummies that you can make using the magnesium, lemon balm tea, or Tulsi tea would be great. They're not going to put your kids to sleep. That would be a great alternative if you notice that they're a little bit anxious or nervous for something. And that's when I saw these Mary Ruth beans. So these are the stress less beans, and essentially they look like a jelly bean. And this is magnesium and L-theanine. So we've got 40 milligrams of magnesium citrate and 50 milligrams of L-theanine for every 2 beans. And how many beans are in here? 30. No, there's 60. There's 60 beans in here, so it's a 30 servings per container. And I think it was $20. Again, why I'm pushing my DIY gummy recipe onto you guys, because it's obviously a lot more cost effective. But this might be a good option, pretty darn clean. They do use some tapioca syrup, of course, and a little bit of cane sugar, but it's not terribly bad. And if you needed it in a pinch, or you were traveling and you couldn't keep the gummies in the refrigerator, I'm gonna give this one a try with the kids and see what I think. I'll report back. Then, speaking of sleep gummies, you guys probably know my stance on melatonin. I don't think it's the worst thing in the entire world. I don't love melatonin for long-term use, especially with children. So I picked up these kids gummies. They are melatonin free, similar to the gummies that we put together. There's vitamin B6. B6 is incredible for preventing nightmares, which is a common side effect with melatonin. So vitamin B6, it has chamomile extract, L-theanine, lemon balm extract, and there is no magnesium in here. Okay, I figured it would have magnesium. So it does have the chamomile, L-theanine, lemon balm, and vitamin B6. So again, we'll see what this is. These are 1 gummy for 2 to 3 year olds, or 2 gummies for 4 and up. So we will give these a try. They were also on sale. So if they're on sale, it's a good value. You think you might need it. We don't want anybody to become overly dependent on any sort of supplement to fall asleep, but especially if it does have melatonin in it, which is why I'm always talking about the BioOptimizer's Magnesium Breakthrough. But for this one, you know, it does look pretty darn clean, and it does not have magnesium in it. So the stress less one does, but the kids sleep gummy, melatonin free. Just be careful, because I did see one that did have melatonin in it from Mary Ruth's for kids, which kind of surprised me. I'm not gonna lie, I saw that, I was like, did a double take, because I just saw melatonin free on the ones I grabbed, and then the other one did have melatonin, which kind of kind of surprised me. Mary Ruth's has definitely obviously evolved and become a massive company from when I first started using them in 2014, 9 years ago, when it was just these two products. Now obviously her product line is massive. The other thing I grabbed, I love the Pure Encapsulations zinc. It's one of my favorite ionic zincs. The kids love it. It is so effective. I find that is just such a high quality liquid zinc that I always have it in our house. But I did see, again, everything from Mary Ruth's was on sale. So I did see these Organic Kids liquid zinc drops, and they're berry flavored. The one from Pure Encapsulations, I'm pretty sure is, maybe it's grape or apple, sour apple, I'm not sure, but it does taste really good. If you mix it with a little Waterloo or 1 ounce of cherry juice or a little kombucha, they'll never detect it. But this one is 5.5 milligrams of zinc for every 3 pumps. Oh, that's quite a bit. And it's berry flavored. So we'll give it a try, we'll see. Everything was on sale, so I figured I would grab, obviously, the staples that we always need in the house, and then a few of the other things to try. Because I am asked this question so frequently about what to give my kids for stressful times, if we're traveling, I always recommend the Bach Rescue Remedy. I've shared that in travel videos. I've been using that product for 7 years with Ronan, and then obviously 4 years with Sawyer since she turned 1. That product never fails me. The whole first week of school, they're on the Rescue Remedy before they walk out the door to go to school. If there's like a big change in our routine or we're going to be getting on a long flight, I always give them the Rescue Remedy. That stuff is unbelievable. But if you wanted to try something different, then obviously they do have these stressless beans. They taste, I'm sure, delicious, like a jelly bean, but they're not candy, thankfully. But yeah, if you want to try something different, here are a few different recommendations. Not necessarily, we haven't tried them yet, but a few other different options. The rugs are almost done in their wash cycle, and they dry very quickly in the dryer, which is always great. I will link my favorite white rugs in the description box down below for you. That, you know what's weird? That was a really big thing for me when we moved into this house, is that I had rugs that I could pick up and wash at all times. So they don't have the liner on them. And it was really important to me, even the ones upstairs, you guys saw me vacuuming, I'll put them here on the screen. Even the ones upstairs in our master bathroom, I wanted rugs that didn't have that rubber backing on them so I could pick them up. One, they're white, so you can treat them like any other white product. I love Molly Suds. I will have that for you in the description box down below. I used to use the Laundress whitening, but Laundress is kind of on a hiatus right now. I used to use the Laundress whitening, works beautifully, but Molly Suds whites will make your whites super white. I wear a lot of white. There's a lot of white in our house, and so white rugs is something that's really important to me. I feel like it just makes your space look very elevated and clean and refreshed, regardless of the season, but especially in the summertime. And right now when I'm filming this video, we just celebrated our 2-year anniversary of being in this home. We didn't celebrate, but we just surpassed, I should say, our 2-year anniversary of being in this home. And at our old house, I felt like the rugs I had, they weren't ruggable rugs, so they were definitely not washable, but the rugs I had in the kitchen, after a while they get dingy, and I didn't want to just constantly throw them away and replace them. That kind of gives me the icks. So I wanted something that was versatile, clean, white, very minimal, that I could pick up and wash on a weekly basis, which is exactly what I do. But today, because we're all home a lot in the summer months, today I am going to wipe down the cabinets, because yesterday the kids were home all day from camp, and it's been that really crazy week here in Michigan when I'm filming this of really unhealthy air quality, high 200s, low 300s. In the history of my life, I don't even know if the history of any of our lives, if we've ever seen this high and unhealthy of air quality here in the Midwest. It's been really, really bad. So the kids were home yesterday. We were all inside. We weren't going outside. And I looked over, because it's kind of smoggy. It looks like there's a fog. I looked over and I could see tons of fingerprints on all of these cabinets. So last week I shared with you guys like little upgrades, and I added in the citrus brush into my regular Truce cleaner, which is definitely an elevated experience. I love to do that because now everywhere I spray smells like the Young Living citrus brush. I will include that video for you up here in the cards, but we're gonna go ahead and just quickly wipe down all these cabinets. I find it's great that I am pretty darn good about staying on top of this, but the more I stay on top of it, they still look crisp and white even 2 years later, which is not a long time, obviously. But because I do stay on top of it, probably like once a month, I go around and wipe down the cabinets. It helps so much to add this in, even if you just do it seasonally. But I find that I need to do it at least once a month, especially with little kids. This is definitely one of our favorite after dinner treats. It's so simple. Sometimes I don't even add the maple syrup. I quite simply just do the pure vanilla extract from Thrive. This is by far the best tasting vanilla extract. You guys know we do a ton of baking here on my channel. So I have tried them all. This one's the best. And then I try and get grass-fed heavy whipping cream. This one is the pasture raised, but also really important to get high quality, full fat, heavy whipping cream. So this came out beautifully. I'm going to be slicing up some strawberries and raspberries. Then I'm going to take this Enjoy Life semi-sweet hunks and I'm going to shave this on the very top of the bowl. For the kids, they probably think that this tastes like ice cream, but in actuality, it's very simple, easy ingredients that are delicious and such a beautiful summer treat. Last on my list for tonight is to fold this entire hamper of laundry. But I think I'm going to shower first. That way I can let my hair pretty much air dry before I hop into bed tonight. Also, it is so foggy. There is like extreme hazardous air quality here in Michigan when I'm filming this video, and I just hope that it gets better or it clears up before the holiday weekend. I mean, this is just wild. We've been in like the 300s. Yeah, it's been really, really crazy the last couple of days. So I feel like I need a nice, relaxing shower, hop in, do some dry brushing, and just get myself ready for bed. I want to thank you all so much for watching today's video, and I hope that you got some summer homemaking inspiration. I know that I always feel so grounded and inspired after watching videos that make me feel excited to shift things in my homemaking routine. So I hope that I was able to provide you with just a little bit of that. And if you liked today's video, you can let me know by giving it a big thumbs up. And now the subscribe button is right over here on the screen. Be sure to give that a click, that way you don't miss a single video, and I hope to see you back here next Thursday.